Welcome back. You're watching Wealth Manager. Before we go ahead, here's a quick check on how the markets did this week. Finally, the Dalal Strait sees a week of green, respite for the equity markets due to a combination of global and domestic factors. With the beginning of the monsoon season recording above normal rainfall so far, fears of a weak monsoon seem to be subsiding, at least for now. On the global front, not only did the Fed hold rates, but also suggested an extremely gradual pace of rate hikes. So far this week, the Nifty and Sensex are up about 2.5% each, with the Nifty closing at 8,174, while the Sensex shut shop at 27,115. The rupee continued trading above 64 to the dollar for the most part, but saw some recovery towards the end of the week and is currently trading around 63.7 to the dollar. We've heard of flash sales from airlines and e-commerce platforms, but here's a first in India, a property flash sale. What exactly does this mean and how will it work and how can you participate? I'm joined by Vikram Kotnis, Managing Director of Amura Marketing Technologies, which is organizing the flash sale. Vikram, thanks very much for joining us. Vikram, would you say that one of the primary reasons to do something like this really is to boost sales? Probably also the reason that even high-end developers are participating, because for them it would even save on marketing costs quite a bit.
Primarily the whole sentiment, so nobody had done a platform or an aggregation platform where a customer would directly interact with the developer and would get a benefit from the developer directly. So this is pretty innovative from that standpoint, that a developer gets, so what we went to the developer with, what we told them is we'll save you a lot of costs on marketing. Plus, what we will help you do is we will not take anything as brokerage or anything. So please pass on the benefit to the customer directly. So that is how currently the cost of sales plus marketing for the developers is escalating because the customer is holding on to the check. This gives them a reason to kind of write that check and for the developer to bring down the cost. So the faster they sell, the more benefit they get.
Let's talk about the flash sale now. Take us through the entire process from a buyer's point of view. Are the property prices listed on the site at a discount?
So the whole process, the way it's going to work is for the first 12 days, you go through the properties in a city by your location, preference, your budget preference. Contact the developer directly. As you said correctly, e-commerce has been doing flash sale, but those are mostly impulse buys. In real estate, you cannot do an impulse buy. So primarily, the whole idea is you touch and feel the product, talk to the developer, understand their track record better, understand what permissions are there. We are also going to conduct hangouts with the developer if they have additional questions. And then on those 3 days when the deals are out, so the developers are going to be passing on great benefits to the customers. We are going to be every 2 hours pushing them to up the ante. If they are selling well, we are going to ask them to put more inventory on the block. Obviously, it helps both the customer and the developer, and that's how the whole thing will work. So for the 3 days, you can redeem a coupon and download and redeem a coupon at the developer and get the benefit of the offer. After till 7 days or the inventory lasts. So the inventory that the developers are onboarding initially with larger benefits is obviously going to be limited. So you have to move fast on it because it's a flash sale. So it's not going to be a thing where, so the early bird, people who register and keep a watch faster will get the best benefits.
So one would find out the discounts and offers only during the 3 days of the flash sale?
Yeah.
Okay. Any estimation of the kind of discounts and benefits that one can really expect?
Yeah, so great. So primarily you are getting to the gist of it. So what we are telling the developers is, anyways you pass on 2% to the brokers. If you look at your cost of marketing plus sales, in the western and south region it's almost touching 5 to 6% now. In markets like Delhi it's almost touching 8 to 10%. With the brokerage and other overheads and the marketing overheads, probably more than 10%. So depending on that, what we are requesting the developers, so at least pass on 2% plus. So I would expect the benefits to be in the range of 2% to anything between 6 to 7%. Some of them might, which new launches might put on some inventory at a very lucrative price. It can go up to 15%.
So if the demand for a particular project is high, then the developer is less likely to give a higher discount?
Actually, in this market, it will be the reverse, because he is more inclined to sell his inventory because the market has been a little sluggish. It's showing great signs of recovery right now. So developer will be more inclined to sell it faster actually, if you look at it, instead of holding on to his inventory, because he wants to sell a certain amount of inventory right now.
Right. So when we're talking about such things as buying property, there's often a case of a slip between the cup and the lip. What are the precautions that have been taken really to ensure the buyer's interest?
So primarily what we are doing is we have onboarded the most trusted brands first. So if you see some of the largest brands like Tata Housing, Godrej, Kolte Patel, Amanora, Soba, Shapoorji Pallonji, Brigade, Casa Grande in Chennai, Bolineni. So all these brands have fabulous track record. They have been known to be very consumer centric. And when we took this idea of doing a consumer centric event, all of them were very excited about the event too. So we are making sure that we are not taking any projects which are in pre-launches or the agreements cannot happen in 3 to 4 months. We are making sure that we do all the legal checks on the property as much as we can, so that when a customer is buying, his money is protected, plus we are there to support them during the whole process, and there is a complete platform which is kicked in on the back end with technology, where we will be able to kind of track each and every transaction that a customer is doing with the developer directly.
Right, and my final question to you is that once a buyer decides to buy a house, how will the payment part of it work? And after agreeing to buy during the course of the flash sale, can the buyer opt out after that for whatever reason?
So primarily it's a transaction where we are not taking any money at all. So you redeem the coupon for free. But you have to move fast. You have to go to the developer because the inventory is going to be limited with offers. So you got to pay the developer directly. You can do a wire transfer, you can do a NEFT transaction, you can go to the office and pay the check. It's up to you. The developer will, once the coupon is redeemed, he will reduce the inventory from the block. So cancellation policy will be as per the developer's cancellation policy. So the coupon will be redeemed only with booking amount, and that is also as per the developer's policy, and we will let them know the booking policy and the developer's cancellations policy early on.
All right, Vikram, thanks very much for joining us. Let's hope the flash sale is a success.
Thank you so much.
Time now for another break, but our company is rushing for product liability covers post the Nestle fiasco. Find out on the other side.